Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. And we're talking about Rameau, video number 2. Let's see, what's in this clump? Oh, I promised in the last video we would be dealing with his only comedy, or really serious through and through comedy, and it's this, Platée. Yes, Platée, with Gilles Ragon, Jennifer Smith, Guy Debye, Vincent Letexier, Guillemot Laurens, and all these other wonderful people. Véronique Jean pops up here. It's so much fun. It's called a ballet bouffon in a prologue and 3 acts. That is a ballet bouffe, comedy, buffoonery, and that's what we get. This is Marc Minkowski, Les Musiciens du Louvre, 2 hours and 15 minutes of fun and frolic. It's wonderfully orchestrated, by the way, because Platée is a nymph who is an ugly frog-like nymph who everybody is convinced that she's the most beautiful thing out there. And so she makes a terrible fool of herself. Some have said that the humor is a little bit on the cruel side because everybody makes fun of poor old Platée. She's such a nice nymph. But, you know, what can you do? I mean, that's what happens in the world of nymphology. Anyway, it's delicious. The music is fun. I mean, there's all kinds of, frog and croaky swamp-like noises, and it really is kind of an amazing work. So you really have to have Platée as part of your Rameau multi-course meal here. This may be the palate cleanser, the amuse-gueule, if you want to call it that, but it's still a delicious, delicious work, and this is a delightful recording. I mean, you can't have too many funny frog-like nymph critters running around, can you? And then we have his pièce de clavecin. Now, there are only, two books of regular pièce de clavecin, and then 2 more suites of the Nouvelle Suite de pièces de clavecin. They date from 1724 and 1728. And they are, the big French harpsichord people were the Couperin family, basically, but, Louis Couperin and those people. And there were a bunch of others as well. I mean, there's tons and tons and tons and tons of that music. And what they wrote was keyboard character pieces, that is, little programmatic or dance pieces, usually with delicious little titles. I mean, let's look at some of Rameau's here have delicious little titles. La Rappel des Oiseaux, right? The Call of the Birds, and Le Villageoise, and let's see, Le Naïs de Sologne, and Les Tendres Plantes, sweet laments, and Les Entretiens des Muses, the meeting of the muses, or interview with the muses, and Tourbillon, Les Lardons, Les Cyclops. They have like these fun names and things like that. Anyway, Rameau's keyboard pieces were as revolutionary as his operas, and in terms of their advancement of harmony and melody and all of that stuff. And they are wonderful. They are classic works. And the nice thing about Rameau's keyboard music is that it's limited in scope and in quantity. So you get 2 discs and you've got it all. This is with William Christie on Harmonia Mundi. And there'll be others. Hang on, they're all mixed up in here. So we'll get to them when we get to them. Next, Castor and Pollux. One of his most famous tragedy lyriques in a prologue and 5 acts, with Howard Crook, Jerome Correas, Agnes Mellon, Véronique Jean, all these, Sandrine Piau, Mark Padmore, Sophie Danneman, I can just go on and on and on, with Les Arts Florissants, William Christie. What a cast! And you know who Castor and Pollux were. I mean, we don't need to go into it, do we? But the fact of the matter is, this is one of his great works, really one of the great ones from 1737. What a year that was. And the whole sucker lasts 2 hours and 50 some odd minutes. It's a big, generous, long, brilliant tragedy lyrique, and you really should hear it if you are into this baroque stuff. I mean, nothing not to love. Oh, look, more keyboard stuff. Yes, the keyboard suites. From his pièce de clavecin. This is just the first pile of them, with Angela Hewitt, who, of course, is very well known for her Bach recordings, and she's playing on the piano, not the harpsichord, on Hyperion, and this stuff sounds absolutely gorgeous on the piano, and she plays beautifully. And actually, it was Marcel Meyer who really got the Rameau thing going on the piano. If you may recall, we talked about those in our discussion of the big Marcel Meyer box. That was one of the seminal recordings in the history of keyboard literature. And many pianists have followed suit quite well, and this is definitely one of them. So there we have it, friends. That's a good little chunklet of Rameau, and I think if we do it this way, I'm looking to see how much we have. Maybe we'll have 2 more videos of Rameau. I think we should give him the extra video, don't you? He's that important and that marvelous. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks so much for joining me, and take care.